How are you doing?
Not too bad. I mean, not too good actually.
Why? What happened?
Okay, so today I got a rejection, so today's a bad day.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No problem.
So, where are you from?
I'm based out of Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay. So, yeah, Mari, please tell me about your profile.
I'm a BCom graduate and I completed my BCom in 2012.
Okay.
And since 2013, I'm working, and
Okay.
till date, I'm working. Um, Now, one of the problems is my graduation scores is a little low. It's
Okay.
48%.
Mhm.
So I had this from UCW, I had the offer
Okay.
and I had applied it in July
Hmm.
and it was rejected.
Okay.
And I reapplied and again it got rejected today. And both the times the reason is the same,
That you do
that
not come
it's
back.
no,
The
no, it's not
purpose of
consistent.
visit, huh?
The consistent one reason.
Purpose of your visit is not consistent.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Fine. So,
And I had applied through IDP like both the times. The
oh,
first time I wrote the SOP on my own.
hmm.
Second time I got it, sorry, done professionally.
Hmm.
Uh, but I don't know where again I went wrong.
So, did you had to defer your intake? I
I
suppose.
had to, yes. So I actually, initially I got the offer for April. I
Hmm.
had deferred it to July, and then this was a new application for January. Because so during this time, I did try to get it deferred, but I think September was a very full intake, so I didn't get the next intake. The next intake I got was for January, which
Did
again
your
I missed.
professional SOP writer ask the visa officer to grant you the visa or looking forward for a positive response, something like
Looking forward for a positive. I guess I think that was there. Let me just open and see. I
this?
think it was that what you mentioned, like looking forward to a positive.
Okay. And,
Maybe.
okay. So this is one point, which is a big no.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Second, did you give them a strong reason that why you want to do an MBA? What was the major reason what you gave to do the MBA?
Let me just open um my letter
Sure.
so that I can, read it out to you. Sorry, just give me a moment. I'm just
No
opening my
problem. Take your time.
letter. Okay. Uh, letter. I'm so sorry. I don't have it open.
No problem. Take your time.
Yeah, justification. Right. So I'll just read it out to you.
Hmm.
So, to the visa officer, the High Commission of Canada, subject re-appeal for a Canadian study visa permit. Respected. Okay, this is my first one, so I wouldn't read this out. Okay, nah, this is the one. So, respected visa officer, I, Maria Monica Daniel, am a driven Indian business enthusiast bearing passport number so and so. I
No,
am
no, I'm just
presently
asking you, are you convinced with the MBA part? Like, why do you want to do the MBA? Are
okay.
you
Future
convinced with
plans.
that part?
Right. So, relevancy of the course with my academic. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good actually because I did a bad job the first time, I guess. And
Okay.
I don't know actually, to be frank. So
Okay.
I'll just read out the
Sure.
relevancy of course with my academic and professional background. I had no doubt in my mind about working in the cutting edge Indian business domain and becoming a problem solving force to be reckoned and while growing up. Hence, after completing my 10th grade in 2007 with 70.61 from so and so school, I opted for commerce allied electives during my 12th grade, which was again 69 point something the percentage. After that, I decided to pursue a bachelor's degree in commerce, which covered economics, business fundamentals. But I was completing my process of becoming a chartered accountant. My score wasn't as stellar as I wanted it to be. The reason why I have a bad score in graduation. Nonetheless, I intended to pursue an MBA straight after its completion. But after watching my parents sacrifice everything to raise their three children and provide them with the best academic resources, I chose to wait until I gained some work experience and could support my own academic endeavors. So,
Are you married?
hence, sorry,
Are you married?
I am married. I
Okay.
have a son.
Okay, fine. So, okay, please continue.
Yeah, so hence after completing my undergraduate degree, I entered the professional domain by working as a payroll specialist at ADP Hyderabad. There I diligently tracked and controlled. Okay, this is about my work. Then I was hired into one of the big fours, which is Ernst and Young Bangalore. Then I am still working with Ernst and Young. So all of that. Then lastly, I generated. This is just about the work. Then I got shifted to a different company, Cargill.
No, no, this
This
is
is
the
just
work
basically
experience. I am asking you
exactly.
huh, about what
So
motivated you to do MBA and
see, I wanted to do MBA since my graduation. Like I wanted
what
to
you have
actually.
written, what you have written. Like
Okay.
just saying that you wanted to do an MBA and because of your family responsibilities and the
So
economic. Hmm.
So thus I gained a thorough insight into managing and analyzing customer requirements after anticipating risk. Uh, so I wanted to have a global customer, experience. Basically, that's what. So it's written. This multifaceted role has enabled me to engage into a global customer base, has opened my eyes to the limited managerial expertise and international exposure I hold. Thus, to not let that become a defining factor or a hindrance in my journey beyond this point, I wanted to opt for an MBA at UCW as it would significantly enhance my managerial and business administration expertise. So this is
So this is all okay. There is nothing wrong about it.
mhm.
But the thing is, just a second. Huh?
Sure, sure.
Hello. I'm I am on call with her. Yeah. So this is all good, but this is not something which will entice or encourage visa officer to issue the visa. Why I am saying this? When you have such a long, huge gap, you have to like there are two ways, two kind of application which goes to the immigration. One is people who are trying to get into the country and the genuine student. So it's very
Agreed.
hard to differentiate between the two.
Agreed. Very true.
So the student will talk about the skills, about the course, what subject, what he's or she's going to study, what skills she or he has analyzed, what they are lacking at the moment, which they will gain after the course completion. So these are the
Okay.
major thing what needs to be there in the SOP,
All
which I
right.
think right now is missing because this is very like this is not technically written SOP in terms of when you talk about these are the skills which I lack right now. MBA will give me these skills. Like for example, there are 8 specialization in MBA with UCW. So out of
Okay.
this, which one you have chosen? Why you have chosen this particular specialization? Now,
But I actually don't have any specialization. I mean, it's just a Master of Business Administration.
but UCW specialized like UCW has 8 specialization.
Okay.
So you have to specify, okay, this is this, like for
You
example,
mean in terms of the curriculum, and
in
I need
terms
to
of curriculum,
choose
yeah,
that
they
particular
have
subject?
digital marketing, they have
All
human
right.
resource management, they have entrepreneurship, I guess.
Right. Right.
So out of
Yeah.
those 8, this is my specific
Uh-huh.
specialization which I want
Okay.
to
Got
do.
you.
These are the subjects what
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to study. These are the learning outcomes what I'm going to get.
Oh,
And this is how I'm going to have the career
okay.
progression. So when you're
All right.
already working with Ernest and Young, the only thing what comes to my mind is position hike. So let's suppose you want
Makes
to
sense.
have like let's suppose you are working as an assistant manager right now. You want to have a managerial position.
Right.
So now, to have that manager position, there are certain skill set which are missing right now. That's the
Right.
reason after working for 10 years, you have realized like my growth is not happening. And
All
now
right.
is the time that I want to have those skills so that I can, once I'll come back to India,
Mm-hmm.
either I can come back and join EY or XYZ company at
All
XYZ
right.
position
Right.
for XYZ salary package. These are the demand which are happening right now, and this will be
Mhm.
the future trend. So it has to be, so your SOP should sound and look like someone who has done thorough research. You are married, you have
Right.
husband, you have a kid to take care, you have social life, economic, like you have been living in India throughout your life. Now suddenly you want to move abroad. Now you have the two major problem is low percentage and the gap. How you're going to compensate this? You already have such a brand in your CV, like you are already working with EY. So you should have actually played on your current role and
Mhm.
connected with your qualification, what you're going to study for, and then coming back to India, these are the companies I will be joining, these are the position, the skills which are required, the position I will be
Actually, I did mention a few companies
हाँ,
and
मतलब
certain work.
it has to be
I
systematic.
understood your point, but I
It has to
understood
be
what you're trying to
systematic
say. Correct.
and with the right flow. So this is what I think
Understood. Yeah.
which is missing right now. This is
All
what
right. So.
how I would feel, or I like if I have to reapply a visa. So I
Mhm.
would work out on each and every aspect of your profile, right from your let's suppose in 10th you mentioned something around 70-75%.
Correct. 70.
70. So what were my strong areas? Then 12th, this percent. This is
Right.
what so one thing led to another. Like how you have told them that after graduation you wanted to do your MBA, but you couldn't. So
Yeah.
that time, so in those 10 years, I started from let's suppose 15,000 rupees salary and I'm getting 1 lakh right now. So
Yeah.
it's a huge career graph. Now I'm
True.
stuck. I'm stuck at 1 lakh from last 2 years, and to go beyond 1 lakh, so 1.5 or 2 lakh rupees salary per annum. These are the skills what I have appeared for multiple interviews and I'm not able to crack those interviews because I do not have those skills.
Right.
And getting those skills with an online degree will not serve the purpose because they are not recognized. Or if I have to, let's say, crack the GMAT or a test like that, that would take a lot of effort. With
Mhm.
the same job it's to do, like it's very hard to crack that. So I want to take
True.
a sabbatical of 2 years where I can go and learn all these skills in a much more professionalized manner, in a professional way. I will be exposed to practical assignments. I will be exposed to the international learning exposure going to get, what you have mentioned. So it has to be
Right.
systematically
In a
explained.
manner.
Then you come to the conclusion finally at the last where you have written that looking forward for the positive response. Instead of
Yeah.
that, you need to mention that I'm looking forward to get the skills which are necessary for my career progression.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is how you need to end it.
Okay. It says actually you will consider my plea for a Canadian visa positively and allow me to build the academic base
So
required
what
to thrive in a professional
I'm
pursuit.
I'm reading almost 50 SOPs in a day, and I
Yeah.
out of those 50, whoever got the rejection, 90% of them has this line in their SOP.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a blunder.
So you don't think I need to change my course or college or anything of that sort?
No, I see. I'm just
I understood your point. I mean,
I,
we're just going through the SOP right now.
so right now, I have to go through your CV. I have to go through your documents. I have to read what you have written in your SOP because whatever you have told immigration first time, the second time, now third time, we cannot tell them a different story now.
Obviously.
It has to
Agreed.
be on the same
In
line.
line.
I have to
Right.
literally sit and go through each and every documents, your financials, what you have written in your SOP, how you have presented your file. So everything matters. So then I would be able to tell you exactly that this is the path how you would be able to get the course, get the admission, like which you have already done, and the visa finally.
So honestly, is there a chance? Like straight up.
See, if you will just ask me, like, if there is any chance, then yesterday morning I got the biggest surprise of my career. This girl, she's 39 years old, 18 years of experience, 38% Conestoga College interactive media design course, and she got the approval. So God has been kind
But
to her. So
some
let's see.
people are like very lucky in
No, no,
in
she was
our
not lucky. She got like 4 or 5 US rejections. So
but I'm sure she's good on her financials basically because she's
she had
tried
like
for US. So
22 lakh. I'm coming up with a case study. Like I am going to do a separate video with her so that we can discuss her case, and then everybody would be able to know and see how she got the visa.
okay, it got stuck.
Am I audible? Hello? Hello?